Welcome everybody, hope you guys are having an awesome day and welcome to today's flight. Today we want to do a full flight in the beautiful Ifly 737-MAX 8. Doing a full flight from Frankfurt, where we are currently stationed right now, all the way up north to Keflavik in Iceland. Flight time will be roughly 3 hours, going to fly as IcelandAir 525. So, let's not waste any more time, let's go cockpit and let's get going. Welcome to the cockpit. As you can see, we're currently cold now, let's get the aircraft powered up and let's get going. So, battery on. I forgot to connect to ground power, so let's do that. System page, sim menu, and go to the ground support, electric panel, and set. And ground power can be connected. IRS, select the navigation mode on both sides. Get some lights on, and get some pan lightness on as well. And let's start from the top. So, controls are everything else is set to the off position. Yaw damper will stay off. Navigation mode and everything else select to the normal position. Displays are select to normal position. Fuel pumps stay off. DC mode select the battery. AC to ground power. Cabin utility passenger utilities on. Standby power on. Generators are connected. Ground power is on. And emergency light select the arm position. Seatbelt sign select on. Window heat can come on. Anti-fuel pump select off. Both packs, and bleed can come online. And for this cruise we're going to fly at flight level 360. You can just quickly get the elevation for Frankfurt, going to be 350. Logo light, position light to on and steady. Get some panel lights on here as well. And let's set Unicom on the captain's side. And the guard frequency on the first officer side. And listing the frequency 1, 2, and so left, center, right on both sides, and bidding on 2. And Skybox select 2000 transponder is great. Let's go back over to the EFB and let's copy FMC data. But before we do that, we have to put in the FMC position and everything. And we are at gate A20. Request flight plan. From SimBrief, autobrake to RTO. Let's get some lights on in the meanwhile and load the flight plan. Alright, Frankfurt to Keflavik to fly as IcelandAir. IcelandAir 525. Parting runway going to be 18. So departure will be out of runway 18 via the, let's see, 18. Where are you? Oscar Ubuk 5 0 departure. Alright, pre-flight init page. Copy FMC data, flap configuration, flaps 5. Air conditioning select on, anti-ice will be off. Weight and balance, and let me just quickly get the weights and everything else. So passenger number is going to be 167. Cargo going to carry 2.7, so that means 1.350, 1350, no point, 1350. For the fuel, going to carry 1,984 kilograms. Taxi out fuel is going to be 143. Planned trip fuel is going to be 7370. So set payload, set fuel, and complete. Calculate departure, and let's see. TO 145 and V speeds are great. So 12.9 as our planned fuel, reserve fuel of 5.0. Cost index is at the 5. Zero fuel weight 62.6, that's correct. This will climb flight level 360. Cruise winds will be at 216 at, that's not correct, 213 at at 031. Temperature at cruise will be roughly minus 52 degrees Celsius. And temperature at Frankfurt is currently 15 degrees Celsius, and we are right on that page. And let us now see TO1, and let's try TO2. Alright, TO1 and 41. Flap select 5, center of gravity at 19.9. Takeoff winds 176 at 2 knots, so 176 at 02. And great on that side. So 148, 49, 55. This is bang on what we have predicted. Go over to the first officer side and let's get the VNAV page on EU. Get some more lights on. Aircraft is fully loaded, so let's get set. Let's get our aircraft prepared for our pushback. So select the initial speed to 155 knots. Initial climb going to be straight up flight level 360. Fuel is confirmed to be 12.9, so we have enough fuel for this trip. So generators can be connected, fuel pumps all on. Of course, pushback truck can be requested. Fuel pump, roller pump select on. Ignition select to the left. And let's arm the flight directors and auto thrust. Go to the menu and let's remove the ground equipment. So RTO is set, and voltage 5 set, 360 is set, selecting it to 180 knots, and we are going to push through the, let's just quickly double check, area 2, November 7. Let's take November 7. Give me a quick second. Parking brake off. Alright, pack select off, beacon light select on, and starting engine number 2. Alright, we have N2 motoring. Alright, and we have increasing, so let's add the fuel. And engine number 2 is available. Engine number 1 is pulling up, and let's turn off the overhead lights. And we have N2 rotation. And 23, and we can now introduce fuel. Both engines are now available, so let's put both engines into continuous ignition mode and generators on engines both online APU bleed off. Fractionation valve to automatic mode, and we can turn the APU off. And DC mode to generator 1, sorry, AC mode to generator 1, and you can set the battery. And we can take the probe heat to heat and on. That page. Let's select flaps 5. Parking brake has been set. Alright, let's take you to the systems page and let's do the throttle check. So, full left, full right, full up, full down, red left, and red right. Looking to check good and free. Blank you out. Do the same with the engine page. Flaps has been confirmed to select 5 position. QNH 1012 set on both sides and on standby. L and V nav can both be armed for departure, and we can increase the range on both of you. Right. Roger that. Alright, ground equipment has been confirmed to be removed. There he is walking. Alright, bypass pin has been removed. Nose lights all on. And there we are complete, so let's take the parking brake, disconnect, thrust, slight increase. Alright, aircraft is moving. Alright, closing up on runway 18. Let's get the lights on. And let's get the aircraft full prepared for takeoff. Right, so landing lights set, turn off lights set, lights are set. And we can now take the transponder. We can now take the transponder to the on position. Right, TRA. So, flap set, everything else great, arm, we're ready for takeoff. Frankfurt traffic, IcelandAir 525, lining up, taking off from the 18. Right, both wings are clear. Thrust select to 40%. Start the chrono and takeoff thrust. And N1 on. Because toggle mode is activated and we are rolling, so 8 knots. Rotate. Pass the rate of climb. Gear up. $400 feet. And 1,000 feet. Alright, 600 feet, autopilot can come on. Lap 2. stop the clock. So 1 minute and 52 seconds on takeoff thrust. That is within limits. Remove that and flaps 1. Nose lights off. And let's see, flaps up and 5,000 feet. Feet has been passed. We are officially on the RNAV, or it's already approached for Keflavik. So let's get the aircraft set up for our landing. So let's go back to EFE and let's go take you to the landing page. Copy FMC data. Conditions are dry. Let's see if they can request the winds. Just quickly get them for myself. So wind is from 290 at 03. Temperature 9 degrees Celsius. QNH 0989. Let's try flaps 30, air conditioning on, anti-ice off, brakes 2. Good. Let's take the reverse configuration, all operational, and no normal configuration. So calculate. Going to use 2,000 meters of the runway, and that is good enough for me. Alright, so back to the VNAV page, and let's take the out. Slow our aircraft down. Select U to 0.12, 0.12 to be more, 0.12 to be precise. Selecting U to 3,500 feet. And let's not forget to set the ILS frequency to 11130. Same on the first officer side. Alright, set on both sides. Hit. Speed 230 knots. selecting you to 2,500 feet, auto brake 2 for landing, flaps 30 and 150 knots, so 30/150 knots, wrong button, and wind at 03, so we keep you at 05. Select the course to 012. Select the lights. Right, speed brakes can come back down. Aircraft is going down, we have the runway in sight. Right, speed 230 knots, flaps 5. Approach mode can be arm, localizer has been captured. Sorry, glide slope has been captured, not localizer. Right, speed brake is out. 11 miles out, runway, airport in sight. No traffic in sight as well. Speed 200 knots. Localizer has been captured. Speed brake down and arm. Right, speed 180 knots. Lights to, landing lights to full on. Eight miles out, gear down. Flaps 10. Flaps 15.
2,500.
Roger that. Right, speed down to 160 knots. Flaps 25. Keeping the speed until 4 miles and then speed down to 150. Flaps, select to 30. Alright, gear down, 3 green, auto brake 2 is arm, lights are all set on, initially set, everything else set, cabin is ready, no warnings, no nothing, go for landing. 1400 feet to go, speed 150.
1000.
I have control. Manual control of this aircraft. Five.
500.
Switching you.
$400.
Minimums can need to continue.
300. 200. 100. 50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Landing. Ground. Alright, let's take the next exit. Right, 80 knots. And 60 knots, auto brake, disarm. So, speed brake, now flaps are set to the stall position. Reversers are disabled and we can slow down. You can be started, most lights select off, engine mode back to normal, and strobe lights to steady, anything else can be gay, and you are set to back. Quickly get the airport map on. Alright, taxi today is going to be short, so let's just click up the GSX menu. And let's take gate number... gate number 3. And no need for the follow me car. Light directors can be turned off. Transponder select off. And that should be everything else. And turn off the turner flights as well, since we are not needed anymore. Alright, the wing is in a clean configuration. Alright, APU power is online, so let's connect the APU and let's disconnect the engines. Just slightly, and let's get to our gate. And sun number 7, 5, down 3, and there we are. Right, gate has been reached. Right, here we are at the gate, so parking brake has been set both and then select off. Alright, overhead panel. Fuel pumps, all select off. Generators are already off. Taxi lights, select off. Engine modes are off. Anti-collision light left to wait a little bit. Pro beat, select off. Fuel pumps, all off. And packs can stay as is. And isolation valve, select to open. And anti-collision light, select off. Boarding requested. Welcome to Keflavik, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed this flight. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, check out my channel page for more authors, check my places with the binge more videos. Other than that, see you next flight. Fly, we're out. Awesome day. Goodbye.